FOMO-Proof your finances, budget for experiences, not just things. Ever opened Instagram, saw someone in Bali doing yoga on a cliff, and immediately thought, why am I sitting here eating leftovers in my pajamas? Yep, classic FOMO. We've all felt it. That fear of missing out can push us to spend money we don't have on things we don't need, just to feel like we're living. But here's the truth. You don't need to drain your bank account to enjoy life. You just need to spend smarter. And no, I'm not about to tell you to cut your coffee or cancel fun forever. This isn't that kind of finance advice. In this video, we're flipping the script. I'll show you how to create a budget that lets you say yes to life-changing experiences like travel, concerts, or spontaneous weekend road trips without falling into debt or guilt. We're talking about budgeting for joy, not just bills and boring stuff. Because when you look back on your life, it won't be the stuff that matters. It'll be the moments. So if you're ready to FOMO-proof your finances, spend guilt-free, and build a life that actually feels good, stick around. You're gonna love this. The psychology of FOMO spending. Let's be real, spending money feels good. Like science-backed dopamine hit kind of good. When you buy something new, those fresh sneakers, a sleek gadget, or even that cute overpriced mug from a boutique, it gives your brain a burst of pleasure. But here's the catch, it wears off fast. What's left? A lighter wallet and a growing pile of stuff you kinda regret buying. This is where FOMO sneaks in like a ninja. You see someone else living it up, whether it's a fancy dinner or a weekend getaway, and suddenly your life feels, why am I sitting here eating leftovers in my pajamas? So you chase that instant gratification, trying to match the highlight reel you see online. But here's what the research says. Material things rarely bring lasting happiness. In fact, a study by Dr. Thomas Gilovich at Cornell University found that people get more long-term satisfaction from experiences than from possessions. Why? Because experiences become part of your identity. They create stories, shared moments, inside jokes, things that stick with you long after the receipt fades. On the flip side, things depreciate. That phone gets old. That outfit goes out of style. But the memory of hiking that mountain at sunrise, that hits different. That lasts. Also, let's talk comparison. Social media isn't real life, it's the trailer, not the movie. And when we're constantly measuring our worth by what others are posting, we're playing a game we can't win. That's the trap. FOMO fuels bad money decisions not because we're irresponsible, but because we're emotional and we crave connection. Here's another kicker. Material purchases often lead to what's called the hedonic treadmill. You buy something, feel good for a moment, then return to baseline and need the next thing. But meaningful experiences, especially when shared with people, tend to grow in value over time. So here's the mindset shift. You don't have to buy things to prove you're living well. In fact, curating experiences that align with your values will leave you richer, in every sense of the word. Once you understand this psychology, you're no longer a victim of impulse. You're the one calling the financial shots. why experiences win. All right, let's talk about why experiences are the GOAT when it comes to spending your money. First, science has our back on this one. Multiple studies, including more from Dr. Thomas Gilovich, have shown that experiences bring greater and longer-lasting happiness than physical items. And it makes total sense. Think about it. What do you talk about more? The time you bought a new TV, or the time you road tripped with your best friend and accidentally ended up at a llama farm? Exactly. Experiences build anticipation. You look forward to them, plan for them, imagine them. That excitement actually boosts your mood before the event even happens. And after, you get a story. A memory. Something you can relive and share. Stuff just sits there. Here's something else. Experiences are usually social. They connect you with people. Family trips, concert nights, game day hangouts. And as humans, we're wired for connection. That emotional bonding turns a simple dinner out into something meaningful, something that adds real value to your life. And unlike material goods, experiences are almost immune to comparison. Your hike in the Rockies doesn't get outdated because someone else posted a beach photo. It's yours, personal, unique. Meanwhile, possessions are magnets for envy. Oh, you got the iPhone 14. Well, the 16 just dropped. That constant game of keeping up? Exhausting and expensive. Plus, experiences make you feel more alive. They stretch your perspective, shake you out of routine, and give your brain new stimuli. Whether it's trying new food, exploring a city, or learning something weird at a museum, it all feeds your growth. And when you grow, you glow, inside and out. Here's another powerful point. Experiences become part of your personal legacy. They influence your values, your passions, even your purpose. That's priceless. And the kicker? Experiences are more financially flexible. You can scale them. A trip doesn't have to be 5-star to be unforgettable. A picnic in the park, a cheap concert ticket, or a road trip with gas station snacks. Still epic. So when you're building your budget, remember this. Buy moments, not medals. Collect memories, not clutter. Coming up next, how to structure your budget to make room for more joy without wrecking your wallet. Budgeting for joy. All right, time for the practical stuff. How do you actually build a budget that lets you live your life and stay financially smart? Here's the golden rule. Your budget should reflect your values, not your guilt. If experiences matter to you, they deserve a real line in your budget. Not just what's left over after bills and obligations. Start with the basics, income minus fixed expenses. Rent, groceries, insurance, all that grown-up stuff. Then, before you funnel everything else into savings or impulse buys, carve out a category called Joy Spending or Experience Fund. This is your intentional yes money. How much? Try starting with 10 to 15% of your monthly income if possible. If that feels like too much, even 5% can go a long way when you're strategic. It's not about how much, it's about giving yourself permission to plan for the fun, guilt-free. Here's where it gets powerful. Track it. Apps like YNAB, Mint, or even a simple spreadsheet can help you see where your money's actually going. You might realize you're already spending hundreds on takeout or stuff you barely use. What if you redirected just a portion of that toward a weekend getaway or that concert you've been dying to attend? Also, try the reverse bucket list. Instead of saying, "What do I want to buy?" ask, "What do I want to remember doing this year?" Plan backward from the experience. Want to travel? Budget monthly toward it. Want to take a cooking class or try skydiving? Assign a dollar amount and timeline. Pro tip, automate it. Set up a separate savings account just for experiences. Rename it something exciting like Adventure Jar or Memory Fund. Watching it grow is way more satisfying than doom scrolling Amazon at 11 p.m. And don't forget about free or low-cost experiences. Nature hikes, museum days, volunteering. Some of the richest experiences cost little to nothing. The point is to be intentional. You're not depriving yourself by budgeting this way. You're choosing impact over impulse. You're investing in joy, not junk. Next up, how to FOMO-proof your financial habits, even when temptation strikes. FOMO-proof habits. All right, now that your budget is ready to support the life you actually want, let's talk defense. Because even the best plan can crumble under pressure if you're not ready for FOMO when it hits. First up, curate your feed. Social media isn't just entertainment, it's influence. If every scroll floods your brain with must-have outfits, luxury vacations, and people flexing their highlight reels, it's only a matter of time before you start questioning your own life. So do a digital detox. Unfollow accounts that trigger envy and start following ones that inspire financial confidence, meaningful living, or smart travel on a budget. Next, create your own excitement calendar. FOMO hits hardest when you feel like you're sitting still while everyone else is living large. Flip that by having things to look forward to: monthly mini adventures, budget-friendly date nights, solo me days, or seasonal goals like hiking a trail, trying 5 new restaurants, or hosting a themed dinner night with friends. Planning ahead gives your brain that anticipation dopamine without blowing your bank account. Then there's the 48-hour rule. Anytime you're tempted to buy something expensive on impulse, wait. Sleep on it. If it's still worth it after 2 days, cool, maybe it's worth the splurge. But most of the time, that feeling fades and your wallet stays grateful. Also, make a joy list, a personal menu of experiences that make you feel most alive, energized, or connected. Keep it somewhere visible. That way, when FOMO creeps in, you can quickly remind yourself of what you value, not what the internet says you should. And finally, practice gratitude in real time. It sounds soft, but it works. When you focus on what you have, not what you lack, you retrain your brain to find satisfaction in the present moment. It's a small mindset shift that builds a massive shield against unnecessary spending. Because here's the truth, FOMO isn't just fear of missing out, it's forgetting what already matters. The more aligned your habits are with your values, the less tempted you are to chase trends that don't serve you. In our final section, we'll wrap it all up with a game plan that helps you live fully, spend wisely, and build a life you'll actually remember. So let's bring it home. You've learned why experiences matter more than things. You've seen the science, heard the stories, and started shifting your mindset from spending for status to spending for substance. Now it's time to tie it all into a game plan you can actually use every single month. Step 1, clarify your values. What lights you up? Is it travel, deep convos over coffee, learning new skills, or spontaneous road trips? Write it down. If it doesn't spark you, it doesn't need your dollars. Step 2, design a budget that matches your joy. Start with the necessities. Then carve out that experience fund, even if it's small. Make it sacred, like rent for your happiness. Automate savings toward it. And remember, intention beats income. It's not about having more, it's about using what you have better. Step 3, use your time and money with purpose. Book that day trip. Host that DIY wine tasting night. Take the class. Make the memory. Don't wait until you're richer, freer, or ready. The perfect time to live is always a little messy. That's part of the magic. Step 4, watch your triggers. FOMO is sneaky. It shows up in stories, sales, and social scrolls. Guard your peace. Mute accounts. Stick to your joy list. And when temptation hits, ask, will this add to my story or just my stuff? And finally, celebrate your shift. You're not just managing money, you're designing a life. One built on experiences that shape who you are, not purchases that collect dust. That's powerful. That's freedom. That's real wealth. So the next time someone posts that luxury haul, ask yourself, do you want the product or the feeling it promises? Then remember, you've already got the tools to create that feeling your way, authentic, intentional, and totally unforgettable. If this video helped shift your mindset, drop a comment with one experience you're budgeting for this year. I'd love to cheer you on. And if you want more tips on spending smarter and living better, hit that like button, subscribe to Raveling Money, and turn on the bell so you never miss a chance to live well on purpose. Because at the end of the day, the best things in life aren't things.